right, welcome back to Cricket for Americans, and I had to get on here and I had to record something for Pakistan versus Afghanistan. Absolute bedlam, for crying out loud. How are you doing? Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And while you're clicking, don't forget to like and subscribe. All that stuff really helps the channel out. Absolute bedlam. Absolute insanity. This match was insane. Love the crowd. Love the grounds there. Where are they playing at? Sharjah? I don't remember it being so small, for crying out loud. It looked like it was 20 meters, for crying out loud, from the stumps. But no, it wasn't that small. But man alive, it looked like a tiny place. But we didn't have huge scores. Afghanistan 129, 6 wickets lost. Pakistan didn't chase and didn't get to their 131. You would think like in the 11th, 12th, 13th over. No, took the 20th over, for crying out loud. Back-to-back sixes to win it. Shah, back-to-back sixes to win the match. Before that, it was looking interesting. This match was crazy, okay? It was absolutely crazy. Afghanistan starts off scoring pretty fast. 27 runs off 3 overs. You think, here we go, Sharjah again. But then you fast forward 7 overs, and they'd only mustered about 45 more runs. And then they don't get another, 50 runs for the rest of the match, 60 runs for the rest of the match for the last 10 overs. It just went fast and then slow and then really slow. Absolutely crazy. They lose 6 wickets. But it was really that death. They were able to score quite a bit. It was the middle overs that they just got crushed in as far as scoring. And as soon as they started getting some kind of, partnership going, it would get halted by a wicket. Harris Ralph had a beautiful ball there in that first wicket against Gurbaz. You had a drop by Naseem, and then he takes a wicket later on. You had Shadab Khan once again. Once again, he was able to take himself a wicket. And Shadab Khan was not as economical as he has been, but he was still incredibly economical with 27 runs total, an economy rate of under 7, for crying out loud. Not as economical as Shah, 19 runs. In a low-scoring match, you're going to have a lot of economical bowlers. Hasnaini was the least economical with an 8.5 runs per over. He got that 1 wicket. He also had that 1 no ball. A lot of the Pakistan bowlers, the first 13 or 14 overs, the lengths were just far off. They weren't as true as you want them to be, and it wasn't working out for them. It seemed like the only runs that Afghanistan got were by boundaries, for crying out loud. It seemed that way. It wasn't that way, but we're talking about Afghanistan got themselves 5 sixes, and they got themselves 8, 10 boundaries, for crying out loud. That's 40, that's 30, that's 70 runs. That's more than half of their run scoring just on boundaries, from my quick math. Nabi comes in, golden duck, as the captain, as the ranked number 1 T20 player last time I saw from ICC. He gets a golden duck, he hits it to his stumps, and how many times were there close calls on both sides where they hit the ball just by the stumps but didn't hit the stumps? One went in between the guy's legs when he took a shot. He wasn't trying to go there, I don't think. But Afghanistan, they end at 129. You think Pakistan's got this. Both these squads are very, very strong. This was a very exciting match to watch. And then Pakistan's inning was just absolutely insane, for crying out loud. Absolutely insane. Because you had Babar Azam once again, golden duck. Not once again golden duck, but once again does not score a lot of runs in this Asia Cup. None whatsoever in this match. He goes down the second ball of the match, for crying out loud. Rizwan doesn't last long. Zaman does not last too long, only 5 runs. It's up to the rest. And the rest, like from Gilligan's Island, for crying out loud. You got 30 and 36 from Ahmed and Shadab Khan. Shadab Khan, not only is he a young star stud bowler, he had a little bit of turn, especially in that wicket he got. That was some beautiful turn right there as a spinner. But this guy can also score the runs. How many sixes? 3 sixes he got in his innings. It was absolutely crazy. And then Nawaz, he's not able to do too much, for crying out loud, right? And then you don't have much. 16 from Asif Ali, 1 from K. Shah, none from Harris Ralph. He pulled a Nabi. Sorry, too soon, I know. Golden duck there. And then you had Shah and you had Hasnain. And I don't know which one was the one losing his mind. I don't know what was going on. But it looked like there was almost a fight there. It looked like there was a confrontation. It looked like 2 guys, Afghanistan, Pakistan, walked into each other. The Afghanistan bowler, I don't know if that was Faruqi or who that was. He wasn't happy about it. He looked pretty ticked. And then when I was watching the highlights, they fast forward when I think it's Shah, because he's the one that got that 6. He's running around celebrating. He's like throwing down his helmet. He's throwing down his gloves. It looked like he was ready to fight someone. He might have just been super excited, but it looked like he was angry about something. Absolute bedlam, for crying out loud. Did I think it was going to take the 20th over for Pakistan to chase this? No. They lost 6 wickets and 4 overs in the second half of their innings. At one point, at the end of the power play, from over 6 through 10, those 5 overs, only 20 runs. They were down by 20 runs on pace from Afghanistan. They only had 50 some odd after 10 overs. And then they were able to turn on and get 80 runs in the second half, including back-to-back sixes in that 20th over for the walk-off. You had your guys that I have seen time and time again, Zaman, whether it's Rizwan, Babar Azam, Nawaz, whatever it is. I've seen these guys get some runs. Wasn't happening today. Didn't matter, for crying out loud, because Pakistan got it done. This team is dangerous even when they don't have everyone there. And people are messaging me. I'm talking to Ajah. They're like, this is why it's so tough to be a Pakistan fan. This happens almost every time. They look like they're going to take the advantage, and then they mess it up somehow. How are they going to mess it up this game? Well, they didn't mess it up. They won. They get a win. India, for crying out loud. Yesterday, I didn't get a chance to do a video on that. I had too much stuff going on yesterday. But I find out at the end of the day when I check the score, they got beat by Sri Lanka, for crying out loud. So Pakistan's really in the driver's seat. We're going to see if Pakistan's basically going to play any of these 3 teams. I guess they're still technically in it. India's got to do a lot of work with this Final Four format. But man alive, what a crazy match. Pakistan gets the win. Afghanistan takes the loss. Not able to do enough there. And just... it's crazy. If you haven't seen the highlights or watch the match, watch the highlights. Check it out. You're going to be like me, giggling by the end of it. Super excited, full of adrenaline. It was fantastic. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what I forgot about. Please don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, adios.